Alright everybody, welcome on back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of the most broken weapons in Black Ops 6 Zombies right now. Because with the DM10 right now, you can quite literally get through the first phase of the Terminus boss fight in under 5 seconds. Yeah guys, this thing is absolutely no joke right now, and I did just look through the patch notes of Season 3 Reloaded, which ends up starting tomorrow, and they didn't mention anything with the DM10, so I think this gun might be okay. Hopefully they don't end up touching it, but you never know, Treyarch might end up stealth nerfing it. I'm going to jump into game here. I'm going to tell you guys how this works. This was definitely one of the fastest Terminus boss fights that I've ever had. With all that out of the way, if you guys are into Zombies content, do me a huge favor, rock the hell out of the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are looking to unlock any of those mastery camos here in Black Ops 6 and you just don't have the time to grind these things out, and I'm talking about Abyss, Nebula, and Dark Matter, then be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. They offer the most reliable services in Call of Duty, including bot lobbies, camo unlocks, or pre-made accounts. So if you are someone that just doesn't have time to game all day and you want to unlock these things, then be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. For a little bit of security, they got thousands of great reviews on Trustpilot, so be sure to head on over to the site and check out any of the deals that they got going on, and be sure to use code RealG for a limited time only. I did upload a short on this morning, and you would be surprised how many people thought I ended up doing this in directed mode. Like, come on guys. As you guys can see here, we were able to get through the first phase of Patient 13 in just under 5 seconds, which is still going to be a little bit longer than I end up lasting in bed. That just might be a different topic for another video. Now, of course, we are rocking Napalm Burst for this first phase, so that way we can get through it as fast as possible. Patient 13 is going to be weak to Napalm Burst during the first phase, and then he's going to be weak to Deadwire during the second phase. It's just something you guys can keep in mind if you're running duos. We did end up just seeing Double Tap get introduced to Black Ops 6 Zombies with Season 3, and there's a couple augments with this perk that absolutely end up breaking this gun, especially in this boss fight. First, we have the major augment Double Standard, which is going to make all your non-critical shots do double damage. Even if you're not hitting Patient 13 in those critical areas, your damage number should still be pretty wild. We're also rocking the minor augment Double or Nothing, which makes it so your weapons do have a chance of doing double damage, but also have a chance of doing zero damage. From my personal experience, the zero damage happens honestly very seldomly. Now, with all this combined, your non-critical shots can be doing anywhere from 10 to 20,000 damage against Patient 13, which is kind of insane. With the binary trigger that the DM10 has, and the fire rate just makes this gun so crazy. Now, this gun is just so good, and it's really fun to use. This doesn't really just stop with Patient 13 either. It takes out the manglers and the amalgams really easily. Since this gun does do so good with Patient 13, it's actually got me really curious and kind of wanting to take it up against the Guardian and Citadel, maybe even the Tomb. I have been losing interest with taking weapons up against the Z-Rex just because it really seems like almost every weapon I take up against the Z-Rex does the same thing, which is really just not enough damage overall. One of the things about this run here that I thought was kind of interesting, like I mentioned earlier, he's going to be weak to Deadwire during the second phase, so we weren't causing as much damage to him during that phase as we were the first one. In fact, phase 2 was actually the longest part of the boss fight. Once he ended up popping up for that third phase, we were doing just as much damage to him during the third phase as we were during the first phase. I almost thought about just completely taking him out with the DM10, but I decided to whip out the Chopper Gunner. This was definitely hands down by far one of the fastest and easiest Terminus boss fight runs that I've ever had. Never thought that I'd be completing this boss fight in under 5 minutes, but here we are. It actually handled going through the quest really well. I was actually kind of surprised. With most of these single tap, single fire weapons, my finger gets really tired about halfway through the match, and I'm like, I'm done spamming this trigger. With the DM10, it honestly really didn't feel too bad. I mean, especially with the binary trigger and having kind of that dual fire rate, it makes it feel a little bit better. Would definitely recommend you guys jump in here and give this one a shot, as I really don't see this one sticking around in the game forever. In fact, this kind of seems like something that Treyarch's going to want to get on top of, because it does make this boss fight incredibly cheesy. Here it is, guys. We're going to go ahead and toss the loadout up on the screen right here for anybody that wants to go ahead and check it out. Season 3 will be dropping tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for me, and there will be some new things. Like, we do have the new Zombies Snacks limited time mode. Now, I'm not too into LTMs myself. Frost Blast is set to make a return, and then we do have some new weapons to play with, so I will be enjoying those. But if I'm going to be really honest with you guys, this update does kind of seem mid for zombie players. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I greatly do appreciate it. Drop a like on it if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.